So, hi everyone. We're now officially live, and hopefully, everybody that wanted to join in joined in. Oh wow, that's a lot of people in the audience right now.
Yeah, we're
Some
getting a
people.
lot of people.
Wow, 100 people. Damn. Okay. Okay. That's pretty cool. Yeah, because it went over, I guess, the time. So cool.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
correct.
So I'm joined with Abdud here this time, and we are going to talk about everything, I guess. There is no like a set specific topic or anything. Um Abdud, why don't you introduce yourself for those people that may not know who you are?
Yeah, for sure. For those who don't know, I'm Abdud, one of the first content creators for Clash Mini, and actually the first one to get partnered through Clash Mini only. I'm gonna have to flex this for the rest of my life. So, I'll just say a fun fact about myself. My name, the nickname Abdud, came from a typo, a spelling mistake from like 2014. It was like pretty long time ago.
Nice.
So that's a funny story.
Cool. Um, yeah, I mean, one of the things that I loved about your passion for the game is that you said, like on Discord specifically, that you're going to make Clash Mini videos the moment the game comes out, and you're going to be Clash Mini content creator like full time, which was like pretty confident of you to go like very serious with this for a game that obviously is in beta. So you know, um,
Yeah. Okay, so
it's
I'll tell you my
so yeah,
side of the story of this. Um, so
right.
um, I've always been a video game nerd since I was like 2 or 3 years old. Okay.
Mhm.
Now I started like I played Clash of Clans in 2013, like when it started, but I wasn't really hooked to it a lot. I used to come back to it every now and then. Now, when Clash
Mhm.
Royale released, I literally like you could say I got addicted to Clash Royale like in a healthy way, especially after high school. Like when I graduated high school, I'd play Clash Royale for an average of like 14 hours a day, depending on how much free time I have. I
Damn.
literally was trying to go pro at the moment because like I've always like my entire life wanted to play video games for a living. Like that's been my goal for like to as a fork. Now like going pro in Clash Royale didn't really go well because like I had so much game knowledge, but I'm really
Mhm.
kind of bad at applying it. So I was just above average, hitting Ultimate Champion every season, but never really top 1000 or top 200 or something. So when
Right.
the Clash Mini announcement came, I looked at the three games. I saw Clash Quest and just thought was a cool casual game to play. I'm down for it. I saw Clash Mini and like the moment I saw it, I was like, this is the game. I'm going pro. But then something on my mind told me, like, remember what happened with Clash Royale? Like, it didn't really go well. How about you try content creation instead? So immediately that day, I literally, I don't think I even completed the announcements. I just pressed the home button, downloaded a video editor, and like tried to test and see how editing works and if I'm gonna like it or not. I even made a few Clash Royale videos to like just get the sense of how it feels. And when I was like confident that I like this and want to do it like long term, I like changed my name on Discord, started talking to people how I'm gonna make content and just gonna be full time and stuff. So yeah, that's what happened.
Nice. Yeah. Before I also kind of I worked in gaming industry. I always was excited for a new game that comes out and try to be like the competitive player. But it just ended up being like having too much real world things to do and kind of like not enough time to dedicate so much to like rise to the top like and keep that position. So um fun little tidbit. I did play like League of Legends in like 2011 or something like that with my friends in Serbia. Seriously, we joined like a ESL and like we played with like 3v3s pretty seriously. Um, but yeah, I mean, well, like it was five of us, but yeah, we also played different modes and stuff. So yeah, it was kind of interesting. But no, yeah, I really loved your your story overall. Um, and yeah, if anybody else like I do subscribe to a bunch of people on YouTube, and I do watch a bunch of videos with the team from a bunch of creators. So really do enjoy a bunch of content that's being made, and if you just keep on going and you have the quality kind of the sense for the quality of the videos that you want to make, then we will notice it easily. Um, but yeah, we have 85 to 100 people listening in, which is very cool. So I guess we could just begin with the questions that you brought.
For sure. Let's start with a casual question. I see Tam Tam asked on Reddit, "What's your favorite skin?" I'll go first. If I'm gonna have true bias, I'm gonna have to say the mini P.E.K.K.A. just because I love the mini P.E.K.K.A. But in terms of
Hmm.
skins, like I absolutely love the Squitch because like it's really creative in terms of name, in terms of design, and having the skeletons become squids was really like a big thing when I saw the skin.
I think Squitch came from Andy. I'm not sure. I know that Snowler came from me, but Squitch is a whole new level of a skin name. So I think that came from Andy. Um, my favorite skin so far, I know some skins that you don't know, obviously, but um, the skin that is out in the game right now, I think the mermaid, the mermaid Valkyrie is one of the best ones. The
Yeah,
mermaid
the mermaid
Valkyrie
is
and the Mega Knight Mega Crab is like second favorite of mine.
yeah, the mermaid is a good skin. I actually bought the Mega Crab skin. I have it. I don't really use it much because I don't use the Mega Knight in general. Anyway, the next question is,
Yeah,
I think you probably know about the lore in Brawl Stars, the Star Park and stuff. It
a
can
little
get
bit. Yeah.
pretty deep. Yeah, it can get pretty deep. So there has been like two or three people that asked about lore. Like, is there any plans for lore in Clash Mini, or do you want to keep stuff casual?
Um, I mean, there is some story to the game already. We just don't. We just kind of want to reveal it and kind of tie it together later down the road. So we do have the vision for the story of the game. So there's going to be definitely kind of connection between Clash of Clans, Clash Royale, and Clash Mini, and how do they fit in, and what do minis do? How do they? Um, what happens like when they get on a board? What happens when they go off the board and stuff like that? So there's a general idea of what kind of story we want to tell, but not like as big as the Star Park level. So um, yeah, I mean, I think over time we will definitely be telling some different narratives in different ways. So you can see that the pony's on the road all the time, changing his locations, all that stuff. That's a little narrative in itself, um, and stuff like that. And yeah, we for now we want to keep it pretty lightweight. And then if we see more interest and people start making up their own stories and getting more interested in the lore of the game, we can show some things down the line and connect those as well. I'm also a really big fan of community driven stories, so uh, it will be really cool if the players would have their own stories and we could integrate them into the game and things like that over time. So yeah.
Well, I guess it's fair to say it's gonna be mini lore. So
Yeah.
speaking of like ponies and trophy roads, where is Bartholomew Johnson 3? I thought we were gonna have the bird in every single season. That was asked by Moist Potato, by the way.
Wasn't wasn't Bartholomew on the seashell at the end of the season road right now in game?
Well, I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to fact check after the stage channel.
Yeah, I mean, let me see. I'm at the end of the season road now. Let me load up my game. Let's see it. I'm pretty sure sitting on the shell. Let me just go on my official. on my account here. Oh wow, he's missing from the shell. I thought he was supposed to be on the shell. Wait, what?
Oh
What
no,
is happening right
unplayable,
now?
unacceptable,
Uh-oh.
unplayable, uninstalled.
Literally unplayable. I need
Yeah.
to tell Shelly. Wait, wait. There should be another one. Just a second. I'm trying to confirm this. Okay, yeah. No. I need to just double check once you get the end chest. I don't think the shell changes at the end, right? Once you get to the
I
end of the road.
I really don't know. I'm stacking chests. I have like 40 of them right now.
Oh, you're not touching them?
Yes, because like they're kind of pointless, which brings me to the next question. Level 6 to level 9. It kind of feels like punishing to progress, which like doesn't make sense. I can get my queen to level 6, but like level 6 queen is punishing more than level 5. So like it
Mm-hmm.
feels weird when there's no sense of progression just because of this
Mm-hmm.
weird making thing. Like maybe if you could make it plus minus 2 levels or something like this, it would actually like be fixed in the short term because I don't think any free to play players will get to level 7 or something
Mm-hmm.
or level 8. Like yeah, you get the point, I guess.
Yeah, funny enough, we just had a meeting this morning with the team about hero progression. And the big topic was uh, too many fragments. It takes way too many fragments to go to the level 10, especially starting from level 5. It, the balance feels feels not like it kind of just doesn't feel that it's impactful enough between the hero levels. And so we are thinking right now about the ideas on how do we rework hero progression. So that is going to happen at some
Okay,
point, not
so
in the next update, but we are going to consider reworking the hero progression at some point and making it more obvious and much easier to gather hero fragments and kind of also give option to the players to kind of choose which hero they want to level up instead of like getting all over the place random hero fragments all the time for heroes they don't even want or they're not just interested in playing because that's not their player style. So basically that's the idea right now, and again, nothing is confirmed yet. We don't have the system yet in place. It's all on paper, but we're looking into it, and we know that the level player hero progression isn't as uh, kind of impactful and satisfying right now in the game, and we need to improve on that. So.
yeah, well, here's my take on it. I completely agree with this because the hero upgrading it seems to be really hard, and the
Mm-hmm.
point of having people choose what hero to level up is really important because, like, I've had some people in the comment section say, I installed the game, didn't really like it much, got bored, but then saw how much you like Queen and decided to give it a try, and now it's one of the most fun games ever. Like imagine just changing from like Shield Maiden or Barbarian King to Queen, changed the game from them from being really boring and bad to a very fun game that they would grind for hours. Like the playstyle does change a lot uh, on every hero. Now, something else I'd like to note, you said like the hero levels don't really feel impactful. And probably the reason with this because we don't really have control over the troops we have. So in Clash Royale, every level seems impactful because, like, for example, a fireball 1 level higher would one hit a musketeer. But like stuff like this interaction in Clash Mini isn't really a thing. So keep in mind, stuff like this being random would make less interactions and make levels less noticeable. I guess that's fair.
Yeah, but also, like it takes a while to get to level 10 upgrade as well. So one of the things that we want to adjust in the upcoming update, update 3, uh, is that we kind of wanted to reduce the levels at which you are getting these upgrades, which would also make the and also swap some of the upgrades. So, for example, level 10 upgrade goes to the first as a first upgrade, and the level 5 one goes to the end. So basically, players unlock more kind of fun upgrades as soon as possible. So that is the current philosophy. But no, I mean, in terms of the levels being impactful, what I mean is that like when you upgrade your hero, it kind of there is no like at the moment where you really feel that the level upgrade really did something to your hero significantly, other than like unless you're upgrading to level 5 or level 10 where you kind of get the new ability, so that really feels satisfying. So what we want to do is also to kind of have that really noticeable, and obviously improve uh, like which levels are fighting against each other, and have it feel much more fair, and more kind of like
Wait,
just overall. I think
you
sorry.
said switch level 10 and level 5 abilities. Will that be like a player choice, or are you switching every single hero's ability from level 10 and 5? Because like Shield
No,
Maiden
no,
would
no, no,
not benefit much from that. The Royal
no, no,
Champion
no,
would
no, no.
become really good.
Just yeah, some of them, some of the
Ah,
heroes.
some of them.
We're
Like
still
it
playing around.
depends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, playing with some of the heroes swapping abilities. So you will find out about those later down the line.
Yeah, I guess that's
But
fair enough.
yeah, I mean, we're just trying to make, again, as I mentioned before on a previous interview, like we're trying to make some things much less um, kind of frustrating, and much make the heroes and minis much more fun moving forward. So yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's pretty good. So I tweeted the other day asking people about other auto chess games, because I wanted
Hmm.
to like take a look at the genre in general, and I noticed a lot of things about them. So actually, one of the things I noticed is that most of the auto chess games, if not all of them, like would like one level, like if you press battle and go in a ranked mode, you would actually take 45 to 1 hour with this one level. Like every one of them takes a long time just playing the same person. And I'm really surprised how people didn't really get bored. Like I wouldn't really I even installed one of them and really couldn't play it more than a few hours and was like that's really boring, really stale. Games take too long and stuff. So yeah, that gave me extra faith in Clash Mini. Now, something I noticed is all of them use landscape mode. Have you ever thought about that
Hmm.
in Clash Mini? Because like it helps fit more information in the screen, and it also helps with recording because I wouldn't have to make an overlay for the video.
I mean, to be
Yeah, so
honest, I think at the beginning the game was supposed to be landscape, like a very long time ago. Um, but one of the things that I feel like I don't. To be honest, I don't know exactly why the game became a portrait at the end, but because I wasn't in company by that time. But I joined already when the game was already landscape portrait. But one of the things that I feel like a lot of people prefer is portrait gameplay. The reason is because you can play the game with one hand. You can play it very quickly, and you don't have to. You can hold the phone in a natural position as you would hold the phone anyway. And the moment you go into landscape, you're gaming, right? Like you're telling to the rest of the world that is around you, on a metro, on a bus, or whatever, that you're playing a game. You're probably playing a game or watching a video in this mode, right? Like there is no many other scenarios in which you're going to be rotating the whole phone to do something or take a video, I guess. So to me personally, and this is not like the whole team's perspective, this is just like me thinking out loud. I actually always would prefer the game to be in portrait mode if possible, because it simply is natural way where you can kind of like play the game, and it feels like the game is much more accessible that way, at least to me. So those are kind of like the benefits. Now, yeah, I mean, I agree with you. Like, there is a way. If we were to rotate the whole game, it will be interesting. How do we fit the whole board in there with the view? Do you need to scroll around? Does the board become smaller? Um, but also, I feel like the current version of the game is much more accessible and feeling much more minimalistic compared to any of these other games. And so there's not much information that you need to read, learn, absorb. Look at these numbers, look at these things going on the screen. You can just focus on the gameplay. And to me, that is very, very powerful because you can just play the game and you don't have to worry about many, many other things on top of that. So yeah, I mean, there is strengths and weaknesses to both modes, but I feel like the portrait mode has been the right choice for us.
Yeah, well, I actually didn't really think about it from this way, saying that you can play the game with one hand and stuff. But there is something that I'm gonna have to burst your bubble on having like landscape equals gaming or video, because I know some people in real life who text on WhatsApp or stuff with landscape mode. And like it's really weird. Like I would look at them like, how are you even texting and typing like this? They would hold it like
I don't
they're
know.
gaming. Like you would think they are gaming on stuff, but they are just tapping on the keyboard. So
I
another
mean,
thing that is,
yeah.
yeah, another thing that is really popular in auto chess genre, and I think every single auto chess genre have it, is classes. So they would have like armor, goblins, ghosts, stuff like this. And if you collect like the full set of the class, you'd get extra buffs and stuff for the whole team. So people usually focus on like taking two full classes and just having like one dragon sitting on the side just to ruin the time of the person who's like collecting dragons or something. So like, have the team ever thought about classes? It doesn't really have to like, yeah, like you would steal the barbarian class, for example, to ruin it on your opponent or something. Just classes in general to like um, increase synergies. But like thinking about it right now, I guess it limits the deck building options. So I don't really know about this.
Yeah, I mean, I remember Fan did brainstorm some ideas about synergies overall. Uh, we call them factions, we call them synergies, we call them classes, whatever you want. Like I know the mechanic and basic of it, the idea of it. But yeah, I feel like the biggest concern was that it would limit the amount of viable decks outside of that because it would drive people towards a certain build and it will be really hard for people to explore other things. And I feel like the current version of the game, you could switch a few minis into your deck and still have a viable deck. Oh, to be honest, I feel like every deck is a viable deck if you know what you want to achieve with it. So, one of the advantages of the game is that we don't really tell you how to play it. If you are an average player that just wants to have fun, if you're obviously the top 1,000 player, you know that you have to optimize and you need to know how to build a proper deck that's going to counter majority, um, or at least execute it better than your opponents, right? So there is a kind of like a range, and I don't. I mean, I would not. I would say that we would never do this, especially if we would continue if the game would go global, and then we would like release a bunch of new minis, and we would have like a much bigger roster of things to play with. But I think right now the game really doesn't need such a mechanic where kind of like the depth is like already getting introduced into the game with such a kind of relatively small amount of minis. So yeah, that's a current vibe I think for the team.
It could actually work as a game mode if you think about it. Actually, when
Yeah,
I was like watching team fight tactics and stuff, like almost every single game looks the same. I really don't see the appeal in that. So I guess it makes sense. This. So there's really this mini question over there. How often do you read mini feedback? Like a lot of people are asking this.
I read mini feedback that is also depending. I mean, obviously, it's always being written in. So basically, I read. I read it every 2 days or 3 days. But I also look for the comments and the feedback that has been heavily upvoted. So basically, if you if somebody really has something new to say and give some new feedback, and there's a bunch of upvotes in that one, I do read on pretty seriously, and then I forward those comments to the rest of the team. So I do read it actively. I just don't reply to every single one of them. And the reason why, because A, it would take much more time to reply to every single one of them, but also it is because I want to copy a lot of these into a special notes that I have in regards to a certain topic. So basically, if there's a feedback around the hero progression or mini progression, or if there is a feedback about balance, if there is a feedback about star exchange, if there is anything like that, then I keep them in separate categories. And so basically, I kind of want to keep them separate. So basically, once we start talking about certain areas of the game, I can pull up that feedback that is the most upvoted and then tell to the rest of the team what has been feedback so far from Discord. So there is a huge value in people providing feedback still there. And I keep a kind of a backlog of that feedback for later because especially the evergreen feedback, like if the current hero progression is not satisfactory, tell me why and like what is the core of the frustration, and then I will copy that whole text and keep it in my notes. And then once we start talking about this feature, then we will just pull up these notes and then read from players. So and also do that for the Reddit threads. So if the Reddit thread is specifically talking about a certain topic, I would put it in my notes and have it there so we don't forget about it. Because obviously, as you know, Reddit just gets like things switch up every day or two, so you can't really find it easily. So that's why I'm checking Reddit Discord pretty often, even though it seems sometimes that I don't. So yeah, and also I know that Andy is pretty active on reading the media feedback. So we're pretty well in the know of like what is the frustration of the game right now. So yeah.
Yeah, well, to be honest, Reddit is a whole other world by itself. You said
Yeah.
something about the most upvoted, so I guess there's some sort of like algorithm that takes them and put them in a special other channel. Like, is there a specific number of upvotes, or is it a percentage, or will you keep this a
No,
secret? I don't know.
no. There is no specific number of upvotes. It's like like very often, what happens is that would to me, I don't think that would be the only solution. I do see like I just read through. I just look at the arrows, and if I see a relatively large amount of the on the text, then I would read it. And so that's why I kind of catch up with a lot of messages that are sent there. But also like every time a new patch comes out, I feel like like the first day or two of the feedback is very very polluted with like nerf this, nerf that, and then there's a bunch of upvotes over there like kind of like okay yeah well you know telling us these kind of things are like we can also see it in the data, so we don't really have to like immediately like react to all of these. But then over time, we want to learn more about the meta. We want to learn about like deeper problems with the game, and that's when we come back and kind of read all of these. But no, I mean, I do scroll every time, like every single feedback that gets posted there, and make sure that most of the popular ones are copied into my notes.
Yeah, well, to be honest, the mini feedback is infested with balance change requests and new minis
Yeah,
requests, which isn't really the main reason of this channel.
yeah.
Like they would be like make Sparky and give it 3 stars, but like this is feedback, not suggestions. But I guess okay. More languages in beta. Will it be just like when you add a country, you would add its language, or will you expand on languages in other way, or will there be no extra languages? How is that gonna be?
I'm not sure what's the philosophy here. I know the Spanish has been pretty important for us because it's one of like one of the more popular languages for Chile. Also, like our players from Chile um, could use a Spanish client. I'm not sure how the other games in beta did it before in Supercell. But I feel like before global, once the game goes global, then the game gets fully localized in all the languages that you would expect, just like Clash of Clans and Brawl Stars.
Yeah, that's for
But
sure.
before beta, yeah, but before beta, I'm not, to be honest, sure uh, what languages we would add, if any. Yeah, I feel like most of the languages would be depending on the countries that the beta would go in. Um, so that one of the fun reasons is like why a lot of games choose Philippines is because in Philippines a lot of people speak English, and so it is actually really helpful to like have the game go out there and kind of see how the that part of the world reacts to the game and have the game still be in English. So that's one of the cool things about that territory. But yeah, I mean, again, I don't really specifically know if we would add any more languages during beta.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting to know Philippines got the Clash Mini beta because they speak English, like one of the main reasons. Didn't really think about languages impacting that. Um, there's been people talking about 2v2. Like I got really spammed with 2v2. Like when is 2v2
Hmm.
coming? How is 2v2 gonna work? I don't really know if you watched the video I published like 4 or 5 hours ago, but I think I absolutely nailed 2v2 by making it so there isn't really two heroes or bigger field or anything. Well,
Hmm.
I don't really know how the team is thinking about 2v2, but it's really heavily requested that even my clan mates in Clash Royale asked me, there's this Clash mini game you're playing all the time and making content on. Does it have 2v2? If it does, I would install it to play with you. Like like as of right now, 2v2 literally became a main request feature for some reason. And I understand 2v2 is pretty fun, especially with friends.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see 2v2 at some point, but I don't know. Like, it would take some time to kind of nail it in terms of gameplay and balance, and like for the game mode to feel good and the length and all that stuff. Um, so no current plans that I think where we would kind of like definitely go crazy with 2v2. Um, because I feel like the game itself is still really challenging for a lot of people to pick up and play and understand. So what we want to do is to first focus on introducing the game to the players on how the core gameplay is played. So how does this game even work? I know it sounds silly to a lot of you, especially here in the stage channel. Like, why are you spending so much time introducing the game and the gameplay to the players? But it is actually overwhelming if you think about it. If you create a new account, you choose your starter hero, you get so many minis, you get so many star upgrades immediately out of the box, and you haven't even played most of these minis for a while to know how they play, and you already got their star upgrades, you're already unboxing more stuff and more minis, and you have no time to learn the game at a pace where like it would actually make sense. So yeah, I mean, I think like our priority is to kind of like ease people into the game first, to understand how the game is being played, to introduce new minis at a more steady pace, and to introduce like people to like different gameplay for a different mini over time. And then once people know how the game is played, we could easily introduce more game modes and fun stuff to do, but we need to do a better job at like keeping the players for a little longer where they understand how the game actually plays and what minis do what, instead of just dragging and dropping things on the board and then losing and then not realizing what they can do better.
Well, to be honest, it always sounded silly to me until I tried to look at other auto chess games. Like, I'm a hardcore gamer, and it took me like over 30 minutes to just understand what's happening on the field.
Yeah.
Like, it can get really chaotic, and I can't even imagine for those who never played Clash Royale or Clash of Clans or even never played a video game in their life, how complicated Clash Mini would look to them. I actually
Yeah.
have okay, so we're a big family. I could probably like let someone play it and just try to understand their perspective or something.
Yeah.
Maybe that would help or something. I'll just see if that's possible.
I mean, to be honest,
So
like a lot of people on our team did give the game to their spouses and watched how do they react, how do they play. And keep in mind, most of these spouses do play Clash Royale and Clash of Clans, or like at least played some of the mobile games before. And even those family members did have issues understanding what next. Like why do they lose? What is happening, right? And so yeah, there is plenty of work for us to do on the front of like just letting the players learn the game, and then introducing more complexity and more game modes to it. Yeah.
one of my sisters that never played a single Supercell game before, when I started making like YouTube videos and stuff for Clash Mini, she just installed it
Mm-hmm.
out of curiosity. She picked the Shield Maiden because the eyes looked really cute, blue and stuff, and like got 5 win streaks and just stopped playing. I think it's probably mainly because of time. She's a full-time
Mm.
artist, but like I actually expected her to pick Archer Queen, but because of like the style, but it's really, I don't know. I was surprised when she picked Shield Maiden, to be honest. But I'll ask a few questions. I just remembered she actually gave me a specific weird feedback that I never thought of. She told me that the best feature ever of this game was that you can actually rotate your board during the battle because it looks pretty cool. Like like
Yeah.
she left everything and just talked about rotating the board. That was really like I was shocked, to be honest. I told her it's pretty cool, and I was surprised that the team focused on having it on the early version. But I guess it does appeal to some people, so that was a right choice, probably.
I mean, it's just a fun feature. We used to be able to rotate the board much more, and then the game would break because you would go under the board and just be like complete mess. Because obviously the game isn't built that way. But we kept it just so it adds a little bit more flavor to it. It feels like a chessboard kind of thing, and the game is fully 3D, so there is no reason not to be able to see it from a little bit of a different angle. But to be fair, I think like I do believe that our game is the most demanding game of all Supercell games so far. So because everything is fully 3D, the minimum phone requirement is actually pretty hard to nail down and like have like low end devices run it smoothly. You remember the overheating the moment
Yeah,
failing.
I actually have a few low-end devices, and the graphics look extremely different, and like
Yeah,
it looks lower quality.
yeah.
Yeah, but at
So
least it works.
right.
So the next question is, Clash Mini, everything is mini. Why is the season not mini? Like, why do we have to wait 2 months for a season instead of 1 month? Many people said like Clash Royale can get monthly seasons. Clash Mini should even like at least get at the same rate, if not faster, because like mini. I stick to the theme.
I mean, it's not about like keeping everything mini. I don't think 1 month is mini. If you want it to be really mini, then might as well like try to go for like a day or something. No, but
We
like
can't have daily
like
seasons. Come on.
joking aside, it was just like a decision on the team to like have enough time to actually have like good, nice new features come out for the game. It's just like a reasonable time frame for development team to actually start making new stuff and actually nail the quality of it. It is very hard to start making a new feature for the game that from scratch, from zero, and have only like what a month to like finalize it. Because when you think about it, we need to spend like at least 2 weeks testing for bugs and quality assurance of the actual update, which that means that we need to lock everything down for the game a week before that. which also already cuts down your development time from 2 months to 1 month. And then it's just like the rhythm of development is just not sustainable if you want to have a new season every month and a new update every month, at least with our current size of the team. So yeah, I mean, it was just the team's choice on how long the season is gonna last, and also we didn't want to put too much pressure on people to like have not enough time to unlock the season and kind of have fun with the rest of the game. And we know that once you finish the season and you get your rank and you get your mini stars, you don't have much more motivation to play the game, other than maybe grinding the boss. But that also gets really repetitive, so that we're aware of that. So it's it's just a balancing between how much time we have to actually make some new cool feature for the game.
Honestly, it's pretty funny because like if the season is 2 months long, people would complain it's really long. If it's like 1 month, like in Clash Royale, they would say like make seasons longer and give us good updates. Don't focus on seasons. Like no matter
Right.
what you do, they will be happy. Um, like they always want something else. Um, there's also a lot of complaints about the hero skin being removed and added to the bundle because like this has never happened, not even in Brawl Stars, not in Clash Royale, not in anything. So like
Mhm.
you like this makes the player feel like he's forced to purchase the big bundle, and some people would say I don't want the extra 10 tiers, I don't want to progress fast, it gets boring if I finished quickly. And I also was like, well, I just missed an opportunity for an extra skin, but whatever, it's fine. So, like, what's the reason behind this decision?
To be honest, I don't know. Like, I feel like it's just like the team wants to experiment different kind of offers that we can like test in the beta game. Andy would be probably the better person to kind of answer this question.
Yeah, I
But
guess.
I know that you know the season should definitely give you an exclusive skin to that season, and that's the idea. Now having another hero skin on top of that is actually like pretty big deal, because the amount of time that we spent on making the hero skin is actually pretty significant. So we wanted to just see the reception, and if like we will see the data, how many people actually purchase the bundle versus how many people actually purchase just like basic level, and if we also want to introduce more rewards overall in the season road down the line, whatever those may be, and then add more value to it. So no matter what, we just want to test every season what kind of things people would uh, like go for and what kind of things people would not go for, and we will see the data and we'll adjust things accordingly if need be. So that's the current philosophy right now. But yeah, I'll try my best to get Andy on the call next time. We can talk more about the economy of the game, like bundles and shop and stuff like that.
Okay, so I have two more questions. One of them is pretty big, and the other is a little small. Then we can give
Mm-hmm.
chance for people to talk. So the small questions
Right.
is how close are we to emotes? Because in my opinion, emotes literally is the most important feature for me, at least, and moist potato as well. He told me it's pretty important.
Emotes are we were considering those. We would love to have emotes or
Yeah, because
special.
like it gives the sense of like the other player being an actual player and not just an AI or something. It's pretty fun
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
communicate. Yeah, it's pretty
Totally. Yeah,
important
yeah,
as
yeah.
well.
We definitely need more interaction between the players, and I fully agree. So some kind of customization of those. If it's not emotes, it's some kind of customization to show off to the other player what you've done, that you can collect and you can show off and equip and stuff like that. So we are considering a bunch of those, including player avatars, as I mentioned on the on Twitter and Instagram before. Yeah, even asked like what kind of player avatars would you like to see in the game, and where would it come from and stuff like that. So we're looking
Yeah,
into a bunch of those kind of rewards.
yeah.
So yeah, we will be exploring that over time, and then figure out when can we actually put them into the game and in what kind of mode. If we would call them avatars or emotes or whatever it is, it doesn't matter really at the end of the day. But we know that we need to give more kind of customization option for the players to kind of make their profile stand out. So yeah.
I think I should be more worried about emotes than excited because I have this habit of spamming them because they are funny, but people would probably interpret it as toxic, and they would be like, "Oh no, Abdud is toxic. He's spamming emotes." I could
That's
get in
why we're
some like,
looking into different. Yeah, that's why we're looking into kind of different approaches as well. Like it's not about just copying the way Clash Royale does it. It's more of a how does this make sense for our game? And yeah, we do know that there is a lot of emotes that people consider toxic or in some other way bad manner, but it's also like just the perception of a player at the end of the day. It's everything can be interpreted as toxic, even this conversation. So
yeah.
like if you want to interpret it that way, you will find a way. So yeah.
Okay, so the last question is a little juicy. You do play Brawl Stars. Do you have any brawler at level 9 or something, like with a star power? I guess maybe
All right,
not, but
let
you
me
do know.
Brawl Stars right now,
Okay, let's see.
and I will tell you because to be honest, I don't know. Sort by uh,
Level.
power level. Okay, so basically, I have Jesse,
She does have a star power,
rank
right?
rank 16. Um, so Sprout, Jesse and Sprout are basically my highest power level 9. So basically, both of them are power level 9. There,
With a
that's
star
my
ability, right? Okay, so you do know how star
yeah
abilities work. So someone asked,
yeah.
how about heroes having multiple abilities, and you would be able to customize them? So, like at level 5, Queen does have a rage, like for example, and an invisibility, and I would choose the invisibility, for example. At level 10, she would
Mhm.
spawn an archer, like similar to how Clash of Clans. So you would have, instead of just one build for the Queen, you would have, I think, four of them. Yeah, four different builds, and maybe we could even expand on them more, like how gadgets and star powers and pro stars. So like how I know it's pretty early for now because like it can get the game complex, but in the long run, do you see this like being possible or something to like introduce?
Sure. I mean, it'll be very interesting to have more customization options for the heroes and kind of reshuffle their abilities. For example, if you get the hero to the max level, then you can choose in which order do they get their abilities or which abilities you can equip and stuff like that. But I don't think we have that plan yet. Now, again, the game is in beta and we could try out more to play around with hero progression. Uh, but no, I mean, it's really cool. And obviously, this conversation I will link to Fan and he will listen to for the whole thing in its entirety and he can think about it and maybe he can come up with some cool mechanic where we can play around with that in the future. So yeah,
Yeah, I agree. I'd love more customization in the long run. Okay, so I
yeah,
guess we can start picking people to ask questions.
yeah. Let's open it up to the Discord audience. There is 75 of you right now live, and I appreciate every one of you because I know the times are not ideal for the rest of the world. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, raise your hands up, and we'll pick some of you to get on stage and ask a question. Please keep your hands up for one question per person, so we can have as many people, as many different hands up. Do I need to? No, there is request to speak. Okay, now you can raise your hands up, and I have enabled that. You can take a look at the list, and we'll give you like 1 minute so you can raise your hands up and ask your and see who is in the audience to ask the question. But yeah, again, like uh, when I am the only person on the stage channel, it is also very hard for me to answer every single question accurately because uh, you know, there is the rest of the team that is in charge of a lot of these kind of different things. So keep
Yeah,
that
for
in mind.
sure. Makes sense. Okay. Don't really see a lot of hands up this time. Like there's only four.
Maybe maybe some people fell asleep while
Yeah,
listening, so they forgot to raise
probably
their
it's
hands up.
the time. It could also be the time because like this time is probably good for Europe only.
Yeah,
Okay, so how do we pick people to speak?
I shall choose
Oh,
Jay
okay.
because Jay has been raising his hand up right away.
Hello.
Hello, Jay.
Hope I'm audible. Hello.
Hey, hey. What's up?
Am I audible clearly?
Sorry, I didn't catch that. I think your microphone is getting like muted very early on.
Am I audible clearly at this point? Now?
Yeah, now it's clear.
Okay, so I just wanted to say, are you considering to add tournament standard? Because I've lost a lot of match just because my enemy had level 10 heroes.
Yes. So we are aware that like the game like does match make people with level tens once you get to legendary, and then like the pool of people that are in that pool are definitely like I mean I am in legendary right now, and I have the same issue. Level six queen pretty rarely wins against level tens, but yeah, we're aware of it. We're gonna work on it. Yeah, as I mentioned, we are
Okay,
going to be
thank you.
rebalancing. Yeah, and we're going to be rebalancing some of the hero skills, as I mentioned. So hopefully, if you have a level five or level six hero, it's going to be much more competitive against higher levels as well. For now, and we also do want to improve that overall for long term. So heroes are very much heavy focus for us in improving overall balance and matchmaking and also like again keep this in mind, there is very limited amount of people that are actually playing the game, and so in order for you to not wait for like 45 minutes to get a match, we have to put players together to play at the highest level, and I know that sometimes is not going to be ideal, so I'm really sorry for that.
Actually, I requested this feature for mini rooms.
No, yeah, I know that tournament mode would be ideal, and I've seen many concepts for the tournament mode. So we would love to have that at some point, but again, esports and tournaments and competitive play is something that we would introduce once the game is like in a like fun state, where like all other things, progression and understanding the game and all that stuff comes together. And then once we're happy with the core of the game, people know how to play the game, we can focus on the esports and competitive play. But the good news is that we're going to be having friendly matches in the
In the
plans in the
clan,
next update.
I
So
guess.
that's
Yeah.
a first step. Yeah. But yeah, thank you
Okay.
so much for the question. Okay, you can choose the next one.
Let's go with purple berry.
Purpleberry. Hello, Purpleberry. Let me what? Okay. I added Purpleberry. Okay, there we go. Hi. We cannot hear you if you are trying to speak. Uh-oh.
Hmm.
Hmm. Purpleberry has fallen asleep. Okay, Purpleberry. We're going to choose another person, and if you come back and you know if you can fix the mic, please let us know.
Okay.
All
Let's
right.
go with Chi Mobile X.
Yep, sure.
Hey, what's up?
Yo, yo, yo. Hey, what's up?
Hey,
So I had I don't know if I can fit two questions. Just because it's more lean toward balance changes.
Hmm.
But the last stage channel that we had did, where Fan was he was here. He had talked
Hmm.
about how he had nerfed Wizard too much. And one of my questions is like when you guys did the balance changes recently, did you guys test and see that like Wizard would have been too strong if you rebalanced him back for the nerf that you guys had given him?
Yes, I do believe that in update 3 we are going to put him back into the kind of more balanced state. I can double check. Just a minute. This is like a live checking. So, um, okay, yes. So he's gonna be back to 75%.
Okay.
75. So it's a happy middle between 150. Okay, fair enough.
So basically he should be viable for the anti-heal solution that you used him before.
Okay. And another question I had is, so this past season that we had three balance changes, which I felt
Mm.
switched up the meta pretty well.
Mhm.
Where it went from, is that going to be like a normal thing for the passes where we have just multiple or at least more than one balance changes, at least like 2 to 3 to switch up the meta for the
I'm not sure. I
future?
mean, like, yeah. So basically, it's up to Fan. I feel like if he doesn't notice that there's anything very much needed for the balance changes in the current patch, I don't think we would do more than one. But it is also dependent on the time. So basically, as he mentioned in his previous stay channel, he does watch the data all the time, and in case there is any outliers in the down the line in the balance, we will deploy another balance change and then cover multitudes of minis. So there is no like guaranteed amount of balance changes, but it really depends where the game is at and if people are mostly happy with it. So yeah, it's no there's no guarantee. I don't think so.
Okay, that's it. That's all I had.
Yeah, thanks a lot for coming. Alrighty. Well, you know who I'm going to choose.
Yeah, there's only even one left.
It's Potato that is very moist.
He doesn't have his hand up though.
What's
What?
up, guys?
No, he
Well,
did. He
I
did.
don't really.
He's a
Well, I
podcaster now.
yeah, but I guess maybe my Discord isn't really updating because for me it only shows four hands up, and
Oh,
Moist
really?
Potato isn't really
No,
one of them.
no. Potato raised his hand for a while now. I think
Okay,
maybe like
okay,
two or
fair
three
enough.
minutes.
Yeah, can you
Pretty
guys hear
cool.
me okay?
Yeah, I
Yeah, we
can
can
hear
hear
you.
you. Okay.
Awesome. So yeah, my question was um very, very early on the Clash Mini Twitter, you guys teased some emote designs that you said were going to be in the beta of the game. Are emotes still planned on coming into the game, and will we be seeing them soon?
We're playing around with them. Those that we've have on Discord, and also those that we kind of teased on different places. We actually have them on Giphy as well. If you go on Instagram, if you want to write a story, you add a sticker. If you
Hmm.
write just Clash Mini one word, you will get some of them. Um, but those were also prototypes, and those were pretty similar to the pins and the Clash Royale style emotes. Um, and I am not sure, but I think we want to also spice them up and make them more mini uh, to fit into the game the way we want it to fit. So that's why we're taking longer time to make them feel good and kind of fit into the game much better than just like drag and drop from Brawl Stars and Clash Royale and done. Problem solved. So we're
Gotcha.
taking extra time to design the right uh, emotes and avatars and all that kind of stuff that actually makes sense for our game in terms of when do they show up, How can you trigger them? All that stuff. And I would expect them not to work the same as they work in other games. So yeah, I don't know what that's gonna be. There's a bunch of people thinking about this right now. We're brainstorming a bunch of ideas, so I don't have anything solid yet. But we really want to have them,
Awesome.
especially because
That's
they
good
would
to hear.
indicate the player progression. They would indicate when the player got them, and all that kind of stuff. So it's really a good opportunity to show off uh, later down the line. Uh, which ones do you have and how do you show them? So yeah.
Okay, and this is kind of just a bonus little piggyback question off of that. Would you be is like the Clash Mini team interested in like a, a beta exclusive emote to kind of reward those players who tested the game while it was in beta?
I mean, like beta exclusive thing. Like again, we're talking if the game goes global, right? Like that's the first
Right.
big if. Um, but if the game goes global, I'm pretty sure we will have some exclusive stuff for the beta players. So I wouldn't be surprised, and that I don't know what that would be, but let's just first get to the point where we are happy with the game and the game is fun enough to be played like millions and millions of players around the world. And then if the game goes global, we can definitely prepare some really cool stuff. So yeah.
Awesome.
Can
Well,
I
that's
add,
exciting.
can I add something on that? Well, I think
Yeah.
having it being completely beta exclusive isn't really fair for other players in the global. So I think the Star Shelly from Brawl Stars was a good system. So like if you installed the game within the first 2 weeks, that means you were probably like following up with the beta and waiting for your country. So it's fair to reward those early players, but like at the same time, have it available for everyone at launch. More fair,
Yeah,
in
I
my
mean,
opinion.
you can do different things. You can do different things. I mean, Everdell does beta. Um, when they were different name as well, they gave reward to the players that played that game, and then when they became Everdell, they gave another reward. So there's different things you can do, but I think most of them would be pretty harmless cosmetic stuff. So I wouldn't be super afraid of that. But again, like Star Shelly, obviously I have it, and I have it because I kind of pre-registered for the game, right? And that was the pre-registration kind of sign up bonus, whatever it was, right? So that's definitely doable as well. Okay, moist potato. Here you go. Um, I can give you a little bit of a sneak peek. Not talking
Ooh,
about exclusive,
okay.
but I'm not talking about exclusives specifically for the beta, but more exclusive for Supercell ID. So
Oh,
in the next
awesome.
update, there is going to be something very special if you bind your game with Supercell ID. Something really cool, something awesome,
Interesting.
something
Very.
that you're gonna make a bunch of TikToks for. So it's gonna be really
Yes.
good.
That's what I love to hear. Thank you so much. All right. Well, that I can't wait for the next update.
No worries. All right, talk to you later.
Yeah, thanks again, guys.
Yeah, see you. All right, let's do 5 or 10 more minutes, just so we can get more peeps into the stage.
Well, for me,
You
it
want to
doesn't
choose?
really show any hands up.
Oh yeah,
The
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
last
You don't have.
person with his hand up is Z Sombro 0918. That's the last one. I don't really see anyone else. So after that, you would be the one picking.
Okay, then let's add Z Sombor.
Uh, y- yeah.
Oh, hey guys.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, it's so cool to talk to you. Yeah, to refer to your question, statement that I'm from Europe, so it's quite early for me. It's pretty great time, and I have like
Yeah.
two questions about the game. Like the first one was annoying for me when I do challenges. I usually do them in casual, and I find out that you can match with ranked players as you play casual. So, are you going to fix that, or is it still gonna be in the game?
Yeah. So because we have such a little amount of players and we wanted to keep everybody play together at all times, if you want to do quests, to be honest, I would suggest you to play Lava Golem, to play raid in the clan, because I think Lava Golem is the best one to use for just progressing through quests on a daily basis. That's what I do. I'm sorry, Mimas. I'm in the clan over there, and in their clan, it's very funny because I just start a random raid and I just like blast through all the daily quests by myself on level 1 Lava Golem, because it's just like the quickest way I can do it, and then people are like, "Why does Frame have 200 damage done on the raid?" Because I
Well,
mean,
it's a great
so
idea. I haven't thought
yeah,
about that.
it's kind of yeah. But I do understand the frustration where like you're trying to do quests and it's also like trying to do like a casual mode, and then you get like a ranked player that's like very high rank. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I don't know if we want to split the matchmaking pool, maybe later down the line if we have enough players that are playing the game at the same time. So the casual players play casual mode and the ranked players play ranked. But yeah, we definitely need more players and we definitely need more matchmaking improvements to make that happen. But we are aware that that is the current mode that we're working under.
Okay, thank you. That was the first one, and the other one was like, I don't know if anyone mentioned it before, but is there any future coming where like one spell is going to be in the game, like you can use it early in the game or later in the game, and you can like block areas on the opponent's field or anything like that.
You mean spells like in Clash Royale, right?
Not like Clash Royale, like just new spells, any new ideas. It's a different game here.
I mean, we did think about all of these things, but to us, the key to the game is also to have have the auto combat preserved. Being able to change dynamically what is happening in the game is very much something that we are trying to not uh, touch too much because like Clash Royale already does everything. Everything's real time. Everything can react to. Everything you can control, and that's very much a different game. But we are thinking about different kind of mechanics and different kind of things that we could put down on the board and kind of change the pacing of that. So there's a lot of things on our minds right now, but a lot of these things are early in development and kind of thinking still about like what could be fun. So once we figure that out, we'll tease some of that to you guys and let you know about it and then get more feedback from you. If you have some concept, if you have some cool idea for it, please let me know on Twitter or on Discord on feedback. I mean, I definitely read all of these. So, yeah, please go ahead.
Oh, okay. Thank you for your answers and
Yeah,
keep it up. I love your game and it's
yeah,
heading a good direction.
yeah. Thank you so much for coming.
Bye.
You have
All
absolutely
righty.
no idea. You have absolutely no idea how much of a blessing quests in Lava Golem are. Like this, when
I
one round
know.
without using any of your mini, it used to take me between 1 and 3 hours. Like every day, I would just
I know.
spend that much time doing it. But now it's much easier. I have a little tiny request. If Raptor is down there and raising his hand, can you pick him? Because I promised him, but I can't see anything updating. Like not even new
Raptor is
people
not
joining.
there. No,
Yeah,
I don't see
I guess he
Raptor
said
there.
he would be at school. I guess he would be at
Yeah.
school.
One small sneak peek, by the way. We already said that friendly matches are coming to the clans, both duel and rumble. But what if those matches also counted towards quest progress?
Oh, that would be pretty great. But people would probably
Yeah.
just farm quests with their clanmates. Like, just play a match, don't place anything. Let me win 3 times and get the quest done. Okay, cool.
Well, yeah,
But I'm
but
totally down for
I
that.
think I think that is still a way of playing together, and I feel like that would cause some pretty interesting interaction between clanmates, where like you kind of you kind of are going to pretend you're going to not drop anything on the board, and then on the turn around, you're going to deploy your whole elixir, which would be hilarious. So it will be
Yeah,
interesting
yeah.
dynamics. We want to try it out and see it. It will be pretty cool. I feel like it will be
Yeah,
interesting to try it. So let's see.
one little thing, will the friendly battle have the option to choose the board? Because whenever I record, I sometimes waste around like 1 or 2 hours just trying to get the specific boards that I want. Like I've spent
Sorry,
3 hours with
not at the
Garden
moment.
the other day. Yeah, no problem. We can
Yeah,
deal with this.
it's
It's
very
fine.
it's kind of
Yeah,
basically a version of a mini room that kind of triggers inside of the clash inside of the
yeah,
client.
yeah.
And then customizing mini rooms and doing all that stuff would probably come down the line. Um, so okay, let's bring Purpleberry again because we kind of promised.
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry for the last time. Sorry, last time my
No
mic
worries.
some issues.
No worries.
It's fine. I fixed it. So I want to ask a question.
Hmm.
We all know about the clash abilities.
Right.
Recently, there have been a lot of decks containing all clash ability minis. It's sometimes frustrating. What I mean by that, clash abilities aren't really annoying when they're only one. It's like, for example, like Spear Goblin. One spear, that's nothing. But when
Hmm.
there's two or more, it can get frustrating really fast because it's hard to prevent any clash ability damage. So, are you guys going to add some sort of a limit to amount of clash abilities we can grab?
I wish I would know the answer to this. This is a really good question for fan. I I do
We
understand where you're
we
coming
we
from. Like,
we, we did ask Fan about this the previous stage channel, and he said something like, "Yeah, we would want to limit the clash abilities in
yeah,
one deck." I was thinking
yeah.
like, what if every single mini had the clash ability, and you would be only able to toggle one of them every round, like while setting up and
Mhm.
upgrading, you would like toggle the clash ability on, like, for example, mini P.E.K.K.A. So the clash ability on the Spear Goblin turns off like automatically on stuff. Could be like a way to solve it. I don't really know what other stuff it would affect though.
Yeah, Spear Bowler combo
Yeah,
is really annoying right now.
yeah. I mean, again, I'm guilty of this.
It
Like I
either
put
forces you to
Goblin.
stack all your minis to avoid to avoid Spear Goblin value, or separate all your minis to avoid Boulder value. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I get you. No, I mean, I would like to see some kind of way to prevent having all clash stuff. But also, like, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we had minis that directly counter clash abilities down the line, and that would be fun. It's like if you want to have like a front line that's absorbing clash abilities and stuff like that, that would be cool. But
Yeah.
let's wait. Let's let Fan listen to this conversation again and see what he can come up with in the future updates. For now, I just don't know any feature or any immediate change to the game that is going to address this. And I'm sorry, I'm guilty of the same
It's
behavior.
fine.
I
It's
put
fine.
Goblin, Boulder, and Prince in one line, and I just hope I'm gonna destroy everything in that line. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's fine.
yeah. So yeah, thank you so much for coming. And
Yeah,
yeah, I
no
feel like
problemo.
all right. It's it's getting a little bit late on my side, and I have another meetings to go to. So
Okay,
uh,
sure. Let's wrap it up.
all right. So final one is O&M. Well, the M part of O&M. Hi.
I kind of
Hello.
hear you.
Yeah. My question really is about how, because there's a lot of things that are constantly being improved in Clash Mini, as we've seen. Like, there's so many plans for the future. So, how do
Mhm.
you think like the game can go more in the competitive direction, and do you see it going more in like the competitive esport type direction? Like, what's your take on that?
It would obviously. we would, like as I mentioned, like if the game gets improved enough to a point where like people have no problems understanding the core of the game and people understand how the game is played, there is absolutely no reason for us to not enter like spectator mode, custom rooms, that the mini rooms that are actually where the coordinator can create them, choose a map, and add people in and customize all that stuff. Having people able to spectate down the line that match. And once we start actually thinking about the features that we want to make for the game that is actually on the competitive side of things, we would actually ask a bunch of you guys that are already organizing these tournaments and have like a wish list of things. So like if you have like from the wish list of the top 5 things that you want to have in top 10 things that you want to have for the competitive play of the game, give us your top 3 and let us see from the whole competitive scene pool what is the most requested feature and what is like the number one thing that we definitely need to focus on. So like we would talk to you guys, to your community. We would talk to Itsu. We would talk to all of these organizers that are already familiar with the competitive play, that have been doing it for a while, and then try to solve all of those pain points at the beginning and make like a kind of competitive update, so to speak, where players truly can organize and set the game up the way they want without any frustrations. Um, I did actually want to push for the mini rooms early because I know that would open up people's just ideas of like what the future of the game could be, and that is why we did mini rooms too so early. But that is also like an indicator that we have plenty of time to think about the future and add those things over time. So yeah, it's just a matter of priority, really. The game can be competitive and have a competitive scene only when there is enough players that are actually interested in the game long term, and that's why we need to solve that at the beginning. So yeah.
Definitely, that seems really the whole idea of it, and I totally understand about it. So that's great. Looking forward to it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming, Em.
Thank you.
Talk to you later.
Bye. See ya.
That was actually
Okay.
Raptor's question, so I guess we gave him what he wanted. Pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Well. Okay. Let's do one more, or one of our morning ones here, and then we can slowly fade out. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Speak.
So my question is, will you guys able to roll out the update within like the next 20 days because you guys are working from home, and is it all right over there? The situation.
Oh, thank you so much for the considerate question. Yeah, I mean we are working from, and don't worry, the updates shouldn't be late. I can tell you enough with confidence. So yeah, one more thing. Small Talk is going to be coming out on May 1st. So look forward to that.
Wait, May 1st? That's pretty close. Okay, pretty cool.
Yeah. So we're finalizing the Small Talk information right now. We are reviewing the final version of the video, and then I'll be scheduling that as a premiere Small Talk. So yeah, look forward to that on the YouTube channel. And again, there shouldn't be any delays. The season up to season 3 should be coming on time, and we just have to stick to our plans and make sure that you guys are also getting what you need. So yeah.
Thank you. Stay safe.
No, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Cool. Yeah, that's everything for this stage channel. I hope I gave you enough information to kind of wrap it up into a nice package and let people like go through it and find out what they care about. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me.
You're welcome. Pretty much really happy. Like had so much fun.
Awesome. No, yeah. So yeah, end it here. And we are looking forward to the recording of this so more audience can hear it. So yeah, I'll sending you the video of the recording of this chat as well. So you will have my video feed here. My video is not super exciting because I keep looking at my phone while I'm recording on my iPad. So that's not going to be something that like people are going to be super excited with. But hey, it is what it is. So again, thank you so much for everyone for joining the chat, and stay safe. And I'm looking forward to the update information rolling out soon. And yeah, thank you so much, Abdud, for co-hosting with me. Awesome. All right, talk to you guys later. See you.